It's Dwarfusmax here to talk a little bit about Diablo 3. I've been playing now this whole entire season. It's the Legacy of Nightmares build. We're doing the Crusader Bless Shield, and so far I've had really good luck with it. I have been having some small little issues here and there, but nothing that can't be fixed with a few tips, tweaks, this, that, and the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through the build that I used. It is kind of like, in fact, it is really off of Bloodshed. He's been doing really good this season, but I did a few small tweaks to it. Going into the first thing, we are using the Blessed Shield Combust. It is a great one. Um, Legacy of Nightmares, mainly fire. That's what Legacy of Nightmares is all about because you do get more fire damage with a lot of the skills that you do get out of it. Next, we are going to use Provoke Hit Me. The Hit Me does give you a 50% chance, increased block chance for 4 seconds, and plus, easy taunt and, just to protect your people and everything else like that. A lot of people have not used Steed Charge, and I can't understand that reason. A lot of builds out there are saying not to use it and stuff like that, and I'm not really understanding the reason why. It might be because they want you to use, oh, what was it? Like Heaven's Fury or Falling Sword or something like that, which to me makes no sense. I find using Steed Charge with Endurance is going to be your best bet overall. It's going to get you from place to place quicker. It's going to get you from elite pack to elite pack to elite pack to get your greater rifts done faster and in a uh, more condensed area. Your law, you can go either way on this. I'm using Laws of Hope because you do get that health and that speed charge as well at the same time. I've seen a lot of people use Law of Valor with critical. It's good if you're farming. If you're not farming, I would not suggest doing it. Just because if you're pushing, you want to have that extra life, you want to have that little extra buffer that's going to be going on there. It's going to help you out a lot more, in my personal opinion. Um, just overall, it's a better choice. You could also do Frozen and Terror if you want to stun them immediately and be able to condense it down. But I only suggest doing that if you are using your, come on, click it, there we go, Essa Johan. Basically, a chance to pull enemy towards your target for and stun them for like 80 seconds or something like that. It's really good for that, but I would stay away from, oh, where was it? Laws of Valor, Frozen and Terror. You know, it would be a good idea, but I don't suggest using it unless it's more situational than anything else. Laws of Hope, Wing of Angels, better off overall, honest opinion. Next, we are going to be using Iron Skin because we want to absorb that damage as much as possible, and we are going to use Steel Skin just to increase the duration. Now, some people have been using Explosive Skin. I have used it. Don't really like it that much. I prefer to have the steel skin because you do get that longer duration, and the longer you're up, the longer you can fight monsters, and the longer you have to be able to go out and actually do the Greater Rift, and just go a lot farther, a lot stronger. Next, Akarat's champion, Prophet. That should be just done. Everybody knows what Akarat's champion does. If you don't, explode with the power of order, increase the damage by 35%, increasing your wrath regen by 5% for 20 seconds. Prophet gain an extra 150 armor when it's active. If you take fatal damage, you'll be returned to full health. Easy. Now your passives, this is where a lot of people really go different routes sometimes. We are going to go Fervor because we are using Gear Falcon along with the Jekken board. Uh, Now there's two things that you can actually do here. You can actually take off Indestructible and hold your ground for different reasons, but we'll get into that later. We definitely want to use, for this build anyways, we want to use Indestructible instead of Finery. What Indestructible is going to do is going to help you survive a lot longer. I mean, if you don't die, you live longer, you do more damage, needless to say. Finery, it is good, but I would not suggest using it for this build. For this build, you want to stay away from finery. Yeah, that extra strength is good, but it's only 1.5 for each gem you have socketed, and that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gems. 9, 10 if you can get your weapon and your shield gemmed up as well. It's good, but not that great. Oh yeah, also the helm. The idiot here. I mean, you could do long arm of the law just to increase the law by 5 seconds, but I won't suggest doing it. Next, we are going to use Towering Shield. That is going to help us out more than anything else because of the Bless Shield damage. That is going to be better for us. That's the only reason we're using it. Bless Shield, non-starter. Next, we are going to use Hold Your Ground. The reason we're using that is because of a ring that we are using. We want that 30% chance of increased block. We definitely want that for this build because we are using the Justice Lantern. Gain damage reduction equal to 50% of your block chance. That is something that we want. We want to be able to block as much as possible because we are going to get a lot of damage reduction from that. And this is just your basic build. You know, when you start out, you can definitely, instead of using the Cinder Coat, I would suggest using the Cinder Coat, but if not, I would definitely suggest using the Aquila Cuirass. You might be asking, why do we have diamonds here? Well, we want that extra resistance to elements because that is going to help keep us alive longer as well. We want to be able to stay alive a lot longer. Like I said, the longer you're alive, the longer you can kill bosses, the better off you're going to be overall. We are using Leorick's Crown instead of, what was it? Plague Mask or something like that. I think I have it in my bag or my bank. Unless I got rid of it, which looks like I did like a moron instead of trying to upgrade it. But there is a mask out there that whenever you, I believe it's whenever you attack, you release a poison cloud. I can't remember the name of it, unfortunately. But this helm right here is going to be overall better for us to use more than anything else because we do have that increased duration. Or not the increased duration, the increased effect of the gem. And we want to have a lot of cooldown if we can. Right now, on my cooldown, we are sitting at 44%. I would like to have upwards of 60%, but you know, I am still working on this build. I am still working on getting all my primals and a few more ancient pieces. But the main staples of this build, more than anything else, in my personal opinion, Gear Falcon, checking board, Akon's Manacles. A lot of people say, you know, you need to be running Nemesis bracers instead. Nims bracers are good for farming, not for pushing. For pushing, Akon's Manacles because you want that extra that extra percent of damage for whenever your first Bless Shield hits. That's going to be doing a crap ton of damage. You want that damage. Next, for our gems, we are going to use the Gorgok. We are going to use the Bane of the Powerful, and we are using the Bane of the Stricken. Those 3 gems are going to be better. We could take off the Gorgok for, say, oh, where is it? I think it's Zays. Yeah, we could use Zays instead, but majority of the time we are going to be up there in the fight with them, so it's not that really big of a deal. If you don't want to use Zays, you could use Boon of the Hoarder and then use an Avarice Band to get you a little bit of extra um, armor, be able to stay alive a lot longer as well. If you do use the Avarice Band or the Waste, I believe it's the Waste, you are taking away your Witching Hour. Your Witching Hour is going to be one of the best belts for this build because of that increased attack speed and that crit. Those are the 2 things you definitely want. But other than that, I mean, the rest of this build is the rest of this build is modular. You can use whatever you want. It's not that big of a deal. But I would definitely say Gear Falcon, Checking Board, Akon's Manacles. Uh, if you want, you could take off the Mage Fist, the Cinder Coat, and the homing pads, but I do find that the homing pads, for whenever you're going on your rifts and your greater rifts, they are going to help you out a lot more than anything else, especially for your regular rifts. But the Mage Fist and the Cinder Coat, I would definitely stick with those. Next, you'll see the Swampland Waders. A lot of people are like, why are we using Witch Doctor equipment? There's no point for that. Yeah, there is. There's a huge reason. The physical skills, I actually re-rolled this a few times, and I accidentally took off of the um, fire skill that was on there. So I'm actually dealing a lot less damage. So I'm actually going to, here in about probably an hour, gonna have to go and farm some more mats and try to get that all taken care of. But I would highly suggest using the swampland waders because that is going to increase your fire damage and you want that as much as possible. Now, me personally, I have been playing a lot more aggressively than I have in the past few seasons. Right now, I am sitting at 665 Paragon. I have done my 70. I mean, I've gotten up to 85 at 5 minutes. I tried doing a 90. I can't clear it yet, but that's just because I keep on playing just way too aggressive. I need to play a little bit more passive. With this build, you are going to be able to do a crap ton more damage. You are going to be able to do a lot more than you have in the past, and you are going to be able to do a whole lot more and be able to stay alive a lot longer. I would highly suggest Legacy of Night, Bless Shield, go for the fire damage, go for as much as you can, and then just go at it. It's going to be the best thing for you, in my personal opinion. And if you did like this, please do hit that like and subscribe button down below. I am here all the time. I am doing my best to bring out more and better content for you all. I hope you do enjoy the video. Also, I am twitching on, or I am streaming on Twitch, twitching on Twitch. Good Lord. My brain is not working right now. I've only had one caffeine drink this morning. Please forgive me. I am streaming on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, usually starting around 7:30, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time and going till God knows whenever at the night. So I do hope to see you there. Remember, it is twitch.tv/Dwarfusmax. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.